You may completely disagree with me, but listen to all of this because this is not about how to be the fittest in the world, even though that's how I trained for well over a decade to try to be the fittest in the world. I trained all day, every day for forever. And I thought that was that was it. That was what I needed. That was what was going to get me where I wanted to go. That was my life. Like everything I did was around trying to be the fittest in the world and win the CrossFit Games. Now, what's controversial, and I'll be interested to hear what everybody thinks, is when I basically realized when COVID hit that I was going to have to wait for well over a year for even a shot to re-qualify. Because you have a start of the season and you have to qualify through that and make the games. And I realized the games weren't for 18 months. And I would just not know what to do. And what I mean by that is I would go out in the gym in my garage and I would just sit there on my bench and I would look at all my stuff. And I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to do anything. And this is coming from, I would be at the gym for 6 to 10 hours every day and sometimes 14 hours. And I would train 4 to 10 hours. And I didn't want to do anything. And I did this for a while. I remember my wife was asking me, what are you going to do? What's next? And I didn't know. I didn't know if I wanted to compete anymore. I didn't know if it was worth it. And I call it the fire started to go out. And after a few weeks, I not only did I not want to do anything, but I didn't know what to do. I was like, if I'm not competing and I'm not trying to be the best, what am I going to do? And I remember there was just a dumbbell sitting on the ground, probably a 25 or a 35 pound dumbbell. And I was just sitting on the bench. I picked it up and I just did like 10 presses, switched arms, did 10 presses, switched arms, did 10 presses, switched arms. And I did that like 10 sets. I remember I was like, oh, that kind of felt good, but like I don't really want to do anything else. It maybe took me 5-6 minutes and I went inside. And then I came back outside and I like grabbed that dumbbell and I started doing like some curl to press, hang clean and jerks. And I was just alternating and I'm like, I'll just do 100 of them. Again, it took me 5-6 minutes. Next day, I like grabbed one of the dumbbells and I just did like 100 squats. Didn't want to do anything else, went back in. Now, here's my hot take. You don't need a program. You don't need something perfect. Heck, you don't even need to know what to do. Just start moving at the most basic level. Burpees. What I learned in COVID is that I didn't want to do much more than a 5 or a 10 minute session, we call it. And when I started to look back at my training, when I would train 8 hours a day, I would call a workout sometimes a 2-minute thing or a 10-minute thing or an hour. But I started to shift my mind and I started thinking of workouts as like, okay, what is this going to be? So like, let's say you're just picking a superset of 2 movements for 5 sets. That's a workout. Not 10 movements with 5 supersets that's going to take you an hour, but you only have 30 minutes, so you feel like you just messed up. No, that superset is a workout. So like, I started looking and I'm like, dang, an hour of training is actually like 6 workouts. So what if I just like do some of it here and then I'll do some of it over there and like I've got a break now, I'm going to do some of it here, or like maybe I don't want to do it and I'll just do like 100 squats. I transitioned over the last 5 years to that. To when I was competing, sometimes I would do a workout and I'd have to rest for a long period of time to then go do another workout. And I started realizing like there's nothing wrong with that. Why can't we bring that to training? Meaning you wake up, you do 100 push-ups. At lunch or at work and you do some sit-ups and squats. You have a dumbbell and you do some curls and some dips on a chair. You go home and maybe you get on a bike and you go for 20 or 30 minutes. I think we have fitness all wrong because we're trying to do something that somebody else has done. Whereas for me, what I'm trying to do is enjoy and be thankful for the fact that I can move, that I can run, that I can lift, that I'm still capable. and that I don't want to just be done. But I also know there's a lot of people who are like, well, yeah, that's cool for you. You competed, you know all these things. You're really, really good at what it is that you do. But like, I don't know anything. Awesome. Do 20 burpees. Get better at those burpees. Add 1 burpee every single day. Do 10 push-ups. Well, push-ups are hard. Cool. Get better at them. Go on YouTube and learn how to squat. Learn how to do other movements. Learn what you can do with 1 dumbbell. Inside like the Zeus app in my program, there's videos for every single movement that you need. You can also message and just chat. But I think we overthink, so we underperform. We overthink what it is that we believe we need or that we should be doing or that this person over here said this. I think online, most programs are fluff. It's fluff. You probably need 5 to 10 movements, and you could do a lot for the rest of your life with those 5 or 10 movements. You don't need to know how to do everything, but you should learn how to do things that excite you, that get you interested in learning more, that you want to excel at. Thing that I used to always say when I owned my gyms was, if somebody would walk in and they're like, "Oh, I'll never do that," and I'm like, maybe, but what if after like a couple of months you get interested and you want to learn? And they're like, "Well, yeah." I'm like, "But if you want to learn, that thing might take you 2 years. Are you committed to 2 years?" And they're like, "Well, I don't know, but if I do want to do it, I'm going to get it." Awesome. That's a performance-based goal, meaning it's like signing up for a race. You now have this thing you're shooting for, this thing you're trying to do. So for me, performance-based is what I'm always looking at. Like, okay, well, I want to get better at my burpees, so I should do more burpees. Well, how do I get better at them? Be more efficient, meaning I move better. I get faster with them. I can do more of them. I can do them longer. I can do more in less time. That's fitness. So I think for me, I'll go to the gym probably 3 or 4 days a week, and I'll be in there for an hour, and I'll do a bunch of different workouts. I'll also be at home, and I will do 100 burpees, and it might take me a long time. I might not want to do 100, and I'll do 50, and I'll just try to do them quicker. It might take me 2 minutes. I'll do some squats. I'll do some push-ups. I'll grab a dumbbell. I'll do some work. I just like to feel like I've accomplished something. It's not about being wrecked and not being able to move. It's about being the best that you can with what you have and learning from that and becoming better. So just wanted to share, like for me, being somebody who now doesn't focus, like I don't focus on the length of my training, but I focus on the quality of my training. And now I see a lot of people who are in the gym for an hour to 2 hours, and they're doing maybe 10 or 15 minutes of actual work. You can take all of that and just tighten it up and do it. And then you're going to realize you have way more time. Becoming better with your time is more valuable than saying you were at the gym for a long period of time. So take with that what you will. I just want you to think about when you're not motivated, when you're not excited, to do something anyway, even if it's for a minute, 30 seconds, 5 minutes, more than what you would have done had you done nothing. Have a good one. I'm Nick Urankar. Peace out.